Hey tribe, good evening. Um, Hope y'all's evening is going well. It's our regular Thursday live program. This week I'm hoping everything is nice and smooth. Last week we had some streaming issues with Facebook. It was not actually connecting. So it's a little bit off. But it seems like it's back and up and popping this week. So we'll be able to get back to the usual. So I'm going to, and also last week we went live on Friday versus Thursday. So today's a little different. And I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of teaching today. I have been kind of been busy. I got so busy I had to throw on makeup. So this makeup looks a little weird to me. I'm like, so, and I have my lighting a little bit different. I may need to change it back to its regular setup. But nonetheless, we are ready to go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to check. Oh, hey, a couple people here. Yes, yes, good, good, good. All right, so if you when you join in, if you would please tell me if this is your first time joining Urban Bella, me, Kanisha Hudson, here on a live, or if you have joined before, and if you're just a regular member of the tribe and you're like, oh yeah, I know how we do things, or if you're new and you're like, no, I don't really know how this program works, so I can explain it. But either way, please comment. And this week I'll be able to see you all's names. Last week we had some challenges. Can't say what, but they were definitely some challenges last week. So, but nonetheless, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to be talking about scalp health today, and I'm also going to talk about scalp health, and I'm going to talk about a little bit about the fall box. Not a whole lot, mainly that you want to sign up at this point. The box list is available. I'm going to go ahead and link it there. It is also in the description. Okay, so if you'll please visit the description here on the live, just look in the description box on YouTube. It's there, and you can see the actual where you want to enter your info for this particular season's box. Now, I'm not going into details today about what's in it. I can tell you that we're moving along nicely. I like how far along we are with the box. I like the time frame we're looking at between launching it and actually having it ready to go. So I'm excited about all those things. So all that's good stuff. I'd love to know how you all's week is going. You know, I think this is our last week of y'all, I think this is the last week of fall. Summer. Summer might be ending tomorrow, as far as I know. Unfortunately, my calendar is made by a Japanese company, so I don't think there are any there are no holidays in here, like at all. Yeah, no, they don't even talk about fall. Nope. No discussion of that whatsoever in a Japanese made calendar. But I love it, so it is what it is. All right, so nonetheless, oh, well, you know what? Here's my very American calendar. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. First day of fall is tomorrow. So perfect timing, perfect timing. The list to sign up for the box is available. Perfect timing. You all can sign up and put your names on the list. What does signing up mean? Let's just talk about that briefly. So if you sign up on the list, oh, this is part of my eye. If you sign up, you will be notified of everything I have planned that's coming. You'll know when I'm going to launch the box. You're going to know, I'm going to send you a link to the early bird gift, the VIP gift. There will be both in the box. Sometimes there's one or the other. Well, there's always an early bird gift. Sometimes I don't do a VIP gift, and that's just about bandwidth and capacity. But we're ahead. I have more ideas for the box than I have room in the box. So I am ecstatic to put that out there for y'all. So there will be an early bird gift and a VIP gift. So if you are a VIP, this box and you order on launch day and launch weekend, you will receive 6 items. And if you are not a VIP member, I recommend joining. They get a lower price and they get more things in their box. And just the boxes alone are worth it. They're so worth it. It's such a great experience. So, but we'll dive more into that later. Today, I'm going to spend some time with you all on scalp care. And the reason why I'd like to spend time on scalp care every time we have a cold season coming to swoop in. It's important in the summer months too, but it's definitely important in the cold months. But before I dive into that, let me say hey to the tribe members who are here. And just if you all have any general questions. So I'm talking about scalp care tonight. While I'm saying hi, I would love to know if you have any particular scalp challenges you would like for me to dive into while we just spend a little bit of time before the season starts. And when I say season starts, I mean that cool weather season. Now, I'm going to go into my stuff that I have. And I wanted to let you know, feel free to go into any arena. Thinning hair, scalp irritation, dry scalp, dandruff, you know, dermatitis, in anything, alopecia, anything that concerns you, please feel free to put it up. All right, so Movita, I see you here. Hey, and Debbie's here. They were here first. Hi, ladies. Hi, Nina. Nina, it's been a while since you've been on. I'm glad you're here. And then Deshawn. Hi, Deshawn. And Katisha's here. Hi, Katisha. Thank you, ladies, for jumping on with me and letting me know that you're here live. We have some more people here with us. So the rest of you, please feel free to say hello and throw your name, throw it out there that you're joining us tonight. All right, so let's get to it. I have got, and this will not take, well, I say it won't take long, but y'all have met me. So we're going to talk about some common scalp issues, okay? So some common scalp issues that we all know about are dry scalp, thin hair, itchy scalp, and dandruff, okay? And then a fifth one is irritated scalp. That's where I'm going to focus tonight. And then I'm just going to talk about common issues that you notice. Forgive me, my notes are over here. Let me move that. And that's why I keep looking. Let me swap out these stands. One has notes and one ain't got nothing on it. Okay, so that's better. All right, so a couple things that you notice. Dry scalp. Now, dry scalp, let's just be real clear what I mean by that. That's when you might notice some flakes and itching. Thin hair, you notice sections of thinner hair or even weaker strands. So thinning can come in two different arenas. You may actually notice you have less hair on your head. That's thinning. The other part of thinning that sometimes doesn't get talked about or could get overlooked is thin hair also comes in the form of your strands are actually thinner versus thick. The individual fibers are thinner fibers. They're thinner and they're weaker. And that also happens and it stems from scalp challenges. The other thing is itchy scalp. You may feel itchy scalp all over all the time, or you may have one spot. I've mentioned over the years that I used to have challenges every October with itchy scalp all the time. And it'd just be the same spot front and center right here. And I was a weekly washer. Not a lot of lather. I was more of a creamy cleansing. What was the product at the time? I can't remember the name of the product, but it was a non-lathering cleanser. That's what it was before we made our own. And then I had to start doing more scalp focused treatment. I was like, let me just hone in and focus. I started doing pre-shampoo treatments, had a really great oil that I loved. I was like, yeah, let me start to pay closer attention to my scalp. And I was just blowing it off. I thought, just regular old itching. I wasn't paying it much attention. And then I was like, you know what? Over the course of some years, I said, this happens every October. In October, we have cooler, crispier air here in the southeast. The humidity absolutely drops in October. We don't have as much rain in October. So hair and skin are just drier. And so I finally addressed it and I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking it'll be fine in due time. I'm glad I addressed it because at that time in the salon, one thing we also learned is that by ignoring scalp issues, it could lead to bigger problems. We would meet people all the time in the salon. Let me rephrase. Let's not go with all the time. Often enough, we would meet people with real serious scalp challenges. We had one client. Her entire hairline was a very gray, flaky, lifted color. Her scalp had extreme dandruff, extreme flaking. And she had a beautiful, thick head of hair, gorgeous head of hair. And we told her one day, we said, listen, we spent some time really paying attention to scalps. You can't leave this unaddressed. Like we don't have anything in house to address it. We had a few scalp products, but nothing to really tackle that. We ended up sending her to a dermatologist to really get it looked at, and she was able to really get some improvements. But we told her, we said, hey, listen, scalp challenges you're having that you ignore could easily open you up for thinning and flaking. I'm not thinning and flaking, for hair loss. Continuing to scratch something, that type of reaction from your scalp could, represent a deeper issue. Or at a minimum, we need to put you on a very solid routine to begin to address it. So we were able to really get that addressed with her and really help her get that resolved. And that from that day forward, it was like, let's make sure we help people understand the importance of not ignoring scalp problems. One of the other things I want to say real quick before I dive into causes of those different 5 things. One of the things too is a lot of people will go to the dermatologist. I remember in the salon, we would talk to people all the time. They'd have some serious things going on with their scalp. And we'd say, have you ever seen a dermatologist? And they say, oh, well, yeah. I go to dermatologist for something on my leg, or, I had something on my face, or I was itching, below the neck, below the clavicle, as my friend says. And I said, well, you ever ask them about your scalp? And they go, well, no, I don't ask them about my scalp. And we were like, hey, scalp and skin, same material. This is just covered with hair. So we're always worried about the part we can see. But if you're having issues with your scalp and you're already going to a dermatologist, mention it to your dermatologist. Let them help you address that. They handle that too. So, but in the meantime, these are some at-home remedies and some things you can do to tackle your scalp and get your hair where it needs to be. So we're going to dive into these. And I see more people have joined. Hello, everybody. I see, wow, Antonio, Latanya, Vanessa, Kimberly. Kimberly Moss is here. Y'all, Kimberly Moss is in the house. On the Facebook side, Eureka's here. Hi, Sheila. And Bonita and Catherine. Aren't y'all glad I know y'all street names? Like, I know your names. I know your real names, and these Facebook code names I've had to master. So, but thank you all for being here. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let's start with dry scalp. So dry scalp is caused by a few things, and we'll go into it. Weather is one of them. And obviously we're talking about dry scalp and just scalp issues because the weather is about to change. You want to get in front of it. You don't want to wait and start addressing it when the weather gets drier. The other thing too is using cleansers that are too drying. Your actual lather-based cleanser can make your hair very dry. That's another problem. Environment. So if you live in a dry climate like the Southwest or the West Coast, you are going to have to tackle issues with dry skin, dry scalp. And really, if you live on that climate, you have to tackle that all year round. And I can definitely speak to that personally. I used to work in the Southwest and on the West Coast, and I would have to be there for stints of time. But I had severely dry skin and scalp when I was on that side of the country. You definitely have to balance out the fact that there's a lack of humidity, and it will make your scalp tight and dry. So that's one thing we have to tackle. All right, thin hair. This is a big one. There's a lot to tackle here with thin hair. So things that cause thin hair, number one, clogged follicles. Now, we have seen this a lot over the years. People, we will meet ladies and we'll bring them in. We would bring them into the salon. We'd apply a tonic to the scalp. And we had a couple of them. We had one, like Piperita. We had another one that was more water-based, and we could just kind of do a little cleansing on the scalp. And we used one of those 400X follicle scopes where you could really look down and the hair fibers, it looked like, aloe vera leaves coming out of a plant. And we could actually see trapped hair strands beneath a clogged follicle. And as we would start to clean it a little bit, you could see that hair strand was going to come out. So that is one of the things that causes thinner hair. Also, when you're so let's be real clear. A clogged follicle can cause you to have hair strands that don't even appear. They don't even come out. You never see them. You just don't have as much hair on your head showing that you can actually grow. The other part is it'll cause your hair strands to grow out, but they're a lot thinner than they used to be. So that's two things that'll cause thinner hair, thin volume, thin strands, if your follicle's clogged. Sorry, y'all. All right. So the other thing too is that if your scalp is irritated, it can cause your whole hair growth phase to be off. And times when your hair is supposed to be growing, it's not. So there's a lot in that, but just understand this. If you have any irritation, if products are bothering you, if you have a lot of itching, if you have inflammation, those are not things you want to just leave. You want to make sure they get addressed. You want your scalp to be nice and calm down, because that will cause your hair growth cycles to be stunted, and that can lead to alopecia. Okay? All right, so itchy scalp. Now, let's talk about itchy scalp. So that the first two are thin hair and dry scalp. These are the first two scalp issues we want to tackle. Now let's talk about itchy scalp. Itchy scalp does not mean it's dry. So let's be clear about that. Let's be clear about that. Itchy scalp could just be caused by a lack of it being clean. Now, y'all know my guidance is wash your hair every week. So let's just say everything I'm talking about, thin hair, itchy scalp, dry scalp, irritated scalp, let's assume that you're going to start with making sure you wash weekly. I don't have dry scalp as a person, but if I start trying to skip wash days, and I shouldn't even say that because I done skipped too. But if I do that, my scalp will start to say, hey, we cannot do that. I can get away with it more now. I'm noticing I don't know, can't explain, but I'm able to get away with it more. But that's one of the first things you want to address with itchy scalp is, are you cleansing your hair enough? I can tell you this. A lot of people try to get away with that every 2 week, every 3 week thing. And I know y'all can get away with that with Urban Bella products because they keep your hair looking good. This is 3 weeks. And the worst thing I have happening right now is this side is very lopsided. That's probably a haircut that needs to be done. And it grows like that. One side grows longer than the other naturally. But when your hair looks great, you will have a tendency to neglect it, but don't. That will lead to thinner hair, more scalp challenges. You don't want to do that. Okay, so let me keep going. Be careful ignoring an itchy scalp. Excessive scratching damages your follicles, leading to thinning, and can be a sign of something more serious. Okay, so I'm gonna take a sibling. I ain't got but two. Y'all can figure it out. One of us has had real serious scalp issues and was just like constantly scratching, and come to find out has a whole like inflammation of the follicle thing going on. And like just let it go for years. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, I do have some challenges. It's like, how are you letting that go? How? So it's so important to make sure you do not assume an itchy scalp is nothing. Don't assume that. Don't scratch it. You will damage your follicle. Damaged follicles lead to hair loss. So something as simple as an itchy scalp that you're scratching, which can lead to a damaged follicle, which can lead to hair loss. Okay? So real important not to just blow that off. But start with washing your hair. Now, another thing that can cause itchy scalp, let's talk about ingredients real quick. You know, one of the things that can cause itchy scalp and irritated scalp is product. Some people do have like fragrance allergies. Let me know in the comments if you have ever used a product, even if it's one of ours, and you were like, I have some type of reaction when I use something. And it could be the fragrance. You know, I'll give you a perfect example. Like sometimes people cannot use Cragel. Whatever our fragrances components are causes their scalp to itch. Now, that's not everybody. In fact, that's not even most people. So that's why I ended up making the Neat collection. The Neat collection was fragrance can trigger migraines, which is a separate conversation, but fragrance can also irritate your skin. So keep that in mind. If you're dealing with itchy scalp, you could really just be having irritation from product. Another thing is natural ingredients can cause you to have itchy scalp. You could be allergic to nut-based ingredients. A lot of people, and I mean an astronomical amount of people, would tell us they have nut-based allergies when we were first starting up Urban Bella. They would have a severe reaction, not necessarily on their hair, but somewhere else on their skin. And so we started to discontinue using sweet almond oil. And you all see how I use coconut oil in moderation. Everyone can't use that, and it could lead to inflammation of your scalp. So keep that in mind. But in the comments, I would love for you all to tell me, talk to me about your scalp. Have you ever noticed challenges? I know quite a few of you use our neat products. Is that tied to any irritation or is it more fragrance sensitivity? So I'd love to hear from you. All right, and then dandruff. Now, dandruff can be caused by quite a few things. I want to be clear about dandruff. Some people think dandruff is like that flaky stuff coming out your scalp. That could just be dry scalp flakes. Dandruff is more fungal, and you have to treat it with more of an antifungal approach. That could be tea tree oil, peppermint essential oil, or it could be a doctor recommended, not even recommended, a doctor prescribed cleanser or treatment. Usually it's a cleanser. And if you have ever had one, you know, because your hair feels like hay while your scalp is drying out. And what they're doing, they're drying out the fungus. You can also have fungus on your hair shaft. We have seen that a few times. And that comes from people not letting their hair fully dry ever. I wash it, it's wet for days, and then I come back and I wash it again and it never dried. So it was just building up fungus on the hair shaft, which leads to breakage. So that's a little side note. Talking about dandruff, let's talk about what can cause it. Dermatitis, eczema. So if you're a person who has any eczema challenges, psoriasis can do that. I have two family members where we had to work on their psoriasis of the scalp to get rid of any other challenges with flaking, dandruff, all that other stuff. So there's actually a wonderful product that I had that I don't have anymore. You can't get it in the US. You can only get it in France. So it's on my list to try to make. I still need to try to make it. I got to find a base oil that makes it work. But all of that to say, we found an amazing product that got rid of dandruff and got rid of psoriasis of the scalp. It was amazing. All right, but nonetheless, stress, diet, hormones, all of that can set off dandruff. And dandruff, I'll be honest with you, is a little bit more serious. If we ever meet someone we don't have a salon anymore, but if I ever talk to someone who says, I struggle with dandruff, we send them right into the antifungal conversation. All right, and last but not least, what causes an irritated scalp? We kind of talked about this a little bit. We talked about dandruff. We talked about washing, lack of washing your hair, new products, fragrance sensitivity, allergens, and environmental changes, you name it. Anything can make your scalp irritated. Just always think of your scalp as an extension of your face. You have to make sure that you are just as careful and thoughtful about your scalp because your scalp produces your hair. And if your scalp is dry, irritated, flaking, doing any of that, it doesn't give you your best hair strands. So if it's not giving you your best hair strands, it's not going to give you your best it is not going to give you your thickest, most beautiful head of hair. All right, let me see. I have rambled on and on and on. No issues with your scalp. I haven't experienced any challenges. Good. And that's because the two, and this is Carla and Eureka. And the reason why you ain't experiencing none, because you're on the Umbrella program. I got to say this. It's highly unlikely tribe members are going to have these kind of problems. You're not. But you could, I would say new tribe members tend to struggle with more stuff. And that's fair. That is absolutely fair. That makes sense. Eureka's saying you haven't had any challenges. That's good to hear. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So I'm going to talk about, last but not least, we're just going to talk about ingredients that if you have any challenges or if you know anyone struggling with stuff, let's talk about why if you're an Umbrella tribe member, you're like, yeah, I don't have any problems. I don't have any issues. See, we got some issues. Kimberly says, I have seborrhea. I always say seborrhea or seborrheic dermatitis. The doctor gave me a medicated shampoo, makes my hair feel like straw. Stresses and weather bring it and flare it up. Yes, that's exactly what happens. Kimberly, have you ever tried any more natural remedies for seborrheic dermatitis? I'm curious to see if you've tried anything. And then also, I wonder what I can whip up. I am a big fan of salicylic acid. I'm a big fan of that one. And Kimberly, how have you found, a couple products I want to ask you about. Piperita drops, which is not going to fix dermatitis. But I am curious to hear how you do with the Bakuchi scalp oil and how you do with the five vitamin scalp treatment. Do you find either one of those to assist and work with your shampoo? Curious about that. All right, so and we got a lot more people here. Before I go into ingredients that help, let me pause again and say hello to a few more people. Love Nola. Hey, Love Nola, tell me your name again, your real name. I feel like I always been ready to call out a name, and I'm like, no, I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that. Rochelle is here. Hey, Rochelle, you haven't been out in a while. I'm so glad to see you here. And Carla and Eureka, thank you both for commenting. Carla, how are you? I'm so glad you made it. And then, hey, Barbara Hill. Hey, VIP Barbara Hill. Good to see you here. Okay, so I'm gonna go into it, y'all. I'm gonna dive in, and then I'll see if you all have any questions. I'll see if y'all have any questions at all, and we will go from there. I will post this high-level overview of scalp stuff to a blog post, and as soon as I figure out how to work my new camera, I will do a video. Yeah, good luck with me with that one. I don't know why I accept. I don't know why I accept challenges with things like new technology. It just, I don't think it's my jam. I don't think it's my thing. All right, y'all. Let's talk about ingredients. Now, of course, everything I'm about to mention. I know it's been a minute. Life been life. Oh God, I've been using that for everything. I've been using that whatever been whatever in for everything I can think about. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I said something special to my dad the other day. I know he's like, God, I love my kids, but they're weird. Okay, yeah, life has been life, and y'all. It's been a year. Seems like since 2020, I can't find normal. I can't find calm balance. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there, Lord. I'm gonna get there. All right, so let's talk about, you can resolve scalp problems with ingredients. You all already know that. Y'all know I'm going to explain to you what does what for you. And I'm about to talk to you about how to use one of your products in a different way. And I've actually added something to our scalp regimen for resolving dry scalp. One is going to surprise y'all. And of course, it makes me want to offer it in an unscented version. First, let's talk about silk amino acids. Now, silk amino acids, y'all know I put them in everything hair care, but I've never put it in a scalp care product for you. But I'm about to tell you about one of your products that's versatile, and I'm glad the top on it is the way it is so that y'all can use it this way. And I'm mad I don't have one right here in my hand. I hate when I do that. But silk amino acids is a good one. They actually help you maintain natural moisture and balance. So again, remember your skin and your scalp, same thing, okay? So if I were to give you all I put silk amino acids in your body butters. It's in your body butter. It's in any body product that is water-based. I believe it was in the spring body tonic. That also had cactus juice in it. So that allowed me to give you that moisture retention. But silk amino acids helps retain moisture in the hair shaft, in the skin. And so that's going to help you reduce that tightness that you can feel if you struggle with that tightness, that dry, itchy scalp. If you have that problem, if that's an issue for you in your climate, it is going to really help you with that. Okay. So silk amino acids, the product that it's in that you can actually apply to your scalp is your Silk Hydration Mist. Silk Hydration Mist, to be fair, is not a mist. It was when I first made it. That was a fantasy version of the formula. The product really delivers high moisture. It's got panthenol in it, and I'm about to dive into panthenol in a minute. But when you can actually put Silk Hydration Mist on your scalp. I wish I had one. I will come back and do another video and show you Silk Hydrating Mist, and I'll show you the container. But Silk Hydrating Mist comes with a treatment cap. I'm just trying to see if I'm going to get lucky and have one here. I don't have one here. For some reason, I thought I saw one. I didn't. That you can actually just take it, turn it upside down, and put it right to your scalp. You can do that on wash day. You can do it on any day. That's going to relieve dryness and tight scalp. You can do it after you wash your hair. You can do it. Don't do it before you wash your hair. That doesn't benefit you. There's no point in rinsing it off. You could if you wanted to though, but it's really beneficial. You can leave it on. It's a leave on. The product is formulated for leave on the hair, absolutely leave on the scalp. So your silk hydrating mist is a gem for that. Oh, here's our, well, you're not going to see it, so we're not going to. I would show it to you on the website, but on the website it shows a spray nozzle. There's a video I send out though that shows you how to use you with your treatment cap, okay? I don't talk about scalp in that video, but I will come back and talk about that separately. Now, another ingredient, this particular one, I love the research in the white papers on panthenol. Panthenol is amazing, and I spend quite a bit of time reading white papers to make sure the stuff that I tell you all is actually backed up by science. And panthenol is amazing because panthenol actually helps surfaces, hair, scalp, skin, maintain 18 times the moisture if versus if you just used water alone. So let's say I create a conditioner and I don't put panthenol in it. Once I add panthenol, I have increased the amount of time your hair is going to hold on to the moisturizing benefits of the conditioner. And if I put panthenol in your skincare products, same thing. And if I put it in a scalp product, same thing. Panthenol is in the Silk Hydrating Mist, okay? So use your Silk Hydrating Mist on your scalp. You can apply it. It's got a treatment cap. You can put it wherever you want. Do it after you do it right before you're styling your hair or during the week right to the scalp if you find your scalp is a little tight and a little dry as we get to the cooler months. All right? All right, let's see here. T. Williams. Hello. I use the aloe vera shampoo first. Yeah. Then the peppermint shampoo. Yep. And has left my scalp feeling great. Yes, yes, yes. I can tell you all when I made number 7 non-lather cleanser, I mean, our customers were raving about how the number 7 non-lather cleanser was a game changer. And it's critical. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, my focus there, it's a cleanser, so we got to get your scalp right? Like we can't just do hair only type stuff. But I loaded that stuff with menthol, and I'm about to go into menthol and peppermint essential oil here right now, and I think I spend probably a little too much time talking about it. Maybe not. Okay, I think I'm good. The benefits of that are bar none. Let's talk about that a little bit. Menthol and peppermint essential oil. I'm going to talk about them together, and then I have one additional one for peppermint essential oil. But menthol is soothing. It helps your scalp relax, and for those of us who have tight and itchy dryness, this is good. It removes scalp buildup, opens up your hair follicle to increase blah blah. It opens up your hair follicle to increase thicker hair growth and thicker hair strands. It has a mild anti-itch, anti-inflammatory, and anti-pain and analgesic. It has mild versions of properties inside of menthol. So when you're using our non-lather cleanser, you know y'all are getting a lot of menthol. There's already peppermint essential oil in there. And then I come behind it and I tack on menthol at the highest percentage your skin can handle. Meaning, we always have guidance with raw materials. Like you're not supposed to use so much of it on the skin. Let's say, and this isn't true, but let's say you can only use menthol 10% in a formula. I use 10%. I'm using 10.1. I'm like, we good. We going through cream. Because I want your scalp to be so clean. I want you to get every benefit of that menthol, especially because it's a creamy cleanser. So we have to make sure your scalp is very healthy. And the benefits of menthol are just bar none. I could go on for days about menthol. There's a whole lot more about it. It's a wound healer. I mean, it does a lot. But the main thing is that it really just gets your scalp nice and clean. It really does. It cleans out your hair follicles. Now, let's talk about peppermint essential oil. Very specific, something about peppermint is it's an antifungal. So when we start talking about issues with your scalp and buildup, if you were ever having problems prior to Urban Bella, if you're coming to us new and you're like, I'm not sure, let me give y'all one better. because there's a lot of y'all that do this. If you don't buy our number 7 non-lather cleanser, you are not maximizing your Urbella experience at all. Your hair probably feels amazing, but it doesn't feel as good as it could feel. Your scalp absolutely doesn't feel as it could feel. It's not as clean. It's not getting that deep clean. I will tell you what somebody said when I first made it and we were testing it and people would first experience it. The words they would use would say it feels like a mild exfoliation of the scalp. And that's exactly what's happening. You're getting a mild exfoliation of your scalp. So I highly recommend that if you're not using number 7 non-lather cleanser, put that in your cart and give it a try. I did create a collection of scalp products, and it includes the number 7, the honey aloe lather, the silk hydrating mist, piperita, and then I also added number 9, hair shine butter. And the reason why I added that is because shine butter is wonderful for your scalp. We're going to talk about 2 oils and we're going to talk about 2 products at the same time. So let me just see what everybody's got. Love menthol. I'm with you all day. Oh, let's see what Kimberly had to say first. The piperita helps me when I have a flare up, but I will try the bakuchi oil. I used to use all kind of home remedies before I just started using Urbella. I had a client call it homebrew. She was like, I said, what were you doing before? Y'all, I love telling this story. She actually talks about it in a video on YouTube. She'd come in and buy Urbella products, and I'm like, oh yeah, we'd see her all the time. Then one day she started coming to get her hair done, and of course it was like night and day because it was night and day because I said, well, what were you doing when you were coming in here buying product and ordering online? She was like, oh, homebrew. I was doing homebrew. What's homebrew? I was like, how y'all got time for homebrew? I don't know. Like, I barely had time for Urban Bella brew. That's my job. But yes, homebrew, and home remedies. I get it. But I love to know if something's working. Let me tell you why I love to know if things are working for you. Not just Urbella stuff we've already made, but things we don't make. If you're like, well, I'm pouring apple cider vinegar all over my head and it's working fine. I want to figure out a way to incorporate that into regular products so you don't have to do homebrew. I've always tried to figure out how to do apple cider vinegar, but it ain't working out. Not yet. Y'all might have to keep homebrewing that if that's working for you. All right. Woo. Okay, Marissa gave me a dissertation. Barbara said, I use silk hydration mist on wash day at about 4 or 5 days out. Barbara, are you using it on scalp or hair? Okay, Barbara Hill. Marissa said, hey, tribe. I was on the tube, but I had to move over. Why? Why do you have to leave the tube? You know you're a part of the community regardless. Or maybe y'all don't feel as part of the community. Y'all better get used to the tube now, because that's where we going. Why you had to leave the tube, Marissa? I gotta know that one. Love menthol. Me too. Love Nola, let me tell you, I'm almost afraid I might over menthol y'all. I'm like, I have a new treat on my table. I had to talk myself off the menthol. I was like, stop putting menthol in everything. Quit doing that. But I love it. Marissa said, we had an impacted follicle stitch with Liam on one of his locks. I started washing him with only number 7 and using the piperita to massage into his scalp once a week. But baby, the scalp serum in the 5 vitamin set. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then you drop the bakuchi. Y'all, I had a joke about the bakuchi the other day. I can't remember. It was so inappropriate, but it was funny. I don't remember it. Otherwise, I'd just tell y'all what it was. Apparently, he had a few follicles jammed up because we have so much thick, full lock lusciousness now. Thanks for the peppermint and mentholization. You are welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for the feedback and the compliments. Wait till you see your box. I got to explain to you something I sent you. You're going to be like, what's this back bar? What's this back bar I got? I'll send you a note, Marissa, so you won't be like, what is this? And a good thing. It's not nothing bad. It's just something that you're going to be like, whoa, can I get that again? Okay, so where am I, y'all? Okay, let's talk essential oil. So we're in this essential oil conversation. Now, where do you find peppermint essential oil? Number 7, number 16. So that's your Piparita drops. That is your Urban Bella number 7 non-lather cleanser. Let me tell you what Piparita drops really was inspired from. It was inspired to be number 7 to go. Now, it's not really number 7 to go. It's not a wash. But if you let's say, like, I can tell you I've been able to get away with some washes and kind of skip some stuff. I cannot get away with that in the winter. If I try that in next month, I will have more itching going on. Like, I got nothing. Nothing's bothering me now. I'm literally like having to remember. I'm like, let me write down when I wash my hair because it feels fine and I will forget. Because I'm like, I'm good. What? That number 16 Piparita was designed in case you were like, I just can't get to it. My hair looks amazing. Let me at least keep my scalp healthy. That's what number 16 Piparita is for. Okay, y'all. So make sure you utilize that way. It's also great for people who are struggling with itching. It's going to relieve itching, dryness, all of that. Now, that's getting into the mentholated scalp products. All right, grapefruit essential oil is going to be found in your number 9 hair shine butter. Now, it does say hair shine butter on the name of the product, but you can use hair shine butter anywhere. I have mentioned to you all that I use it with my lips. Sometimes I just get challenges with my lips. It don't act right. Whenever I have a problem with my lips, of course, I do not go commercial. I go and pull some mango butter. I need to show y'all what I do. My purse is right here. I do some stuff. My husband's like, what are you even doing? I was like, hey, these are the benefits of running the company, man. I do a small little, if I see it, I'm gonna whip it out. I do a little, it's a version of number 9 on my lips. It's a couple of things. I can't find one. I have them all over the place. They are my own little small shine butters for my lips if I have any irritation. I'm allergic to something in my makeup setup. I think it's my spray to make me look like I'm glowing. I think it makes my lips dehydrated and it messes them up. In order to fix it, I have to put shine butter on my lips. So that is a perfect example of the importance of your hair care, whatever you got, it's got to help you heal. Number 9 is a healer. A couple things I didn't even mention in number 9. So grapefruit essential oil, a healer. It balances sebum and it improves scalp circulation. That's going to help your hair grow. Okay, so the grapefruit in 9 helps your hair grow. The mango butter and the cocoa butter relieve dryness. They make your skin, your scalp, more elastic. So it's going to reduce that tightness and dryness. Put your number 9 shine butter on your scalp for sure. Okay. Sweet orange oil, that is what's in your number 16 Piparita drops. That helps remove buildup. Sweet orange oil actually has cleansing properties. So number 16 Piparita is helping you cleanse. And it soothes your scalp. Let me tell you something about both of those products. Number 7, number 9, and number 16. That's Piparita, non-lather cleanser, and number 9 hair shine butter. Every last one of them are very calming to the spirit. They're very therapeutic. When you use them, you should enjoy them. You should open them up and take a whiff and just take it in. Take it in, let it calm you down, bring your spirit nice and relaxed, whatever you need. I don't think it's going to crank you up. It's just going to give you some woo-saw. But they smell great, and that's intentional. Okay, and they're not, number 7's fragranced, but Piparita and number 9 are not fragranced. The fragrances you smell in there are essential oils. And then last but not least, y'all, I use soothing conditioners in your honey aloe lather. Actually, and then the aloe as well. But another thing too to note, the reason honey aloe is so good for your hair and your scalp and you don't really have a lot of problems with Urban Bella products is because I take our lather cleanser and I make it mild. I make it very gentle. I make sure it doesn't irritate you, cause irritation, drying your hair, drying your scalp. You know, y'all know me. I'm trying to see if I can move y'all to no fragrance. If I could do that, I don't really want to do that, but I, over time, probably will want to begin to transition you all to more natural fragrances because health and wellness is top of the list. But we can keep that lovely fragrance thing. I know I can offer you some healthier options, and that way everything is good for you. Like y'all notice when we do boxes, how I am with you. I'm like, use it from head to toe. I want your products to do that. I like the versatility of the things, okay? So we talked about a couple things tonight. Let's talk about versatility. We talked about versatility in number 9. We talked about versatility with the silk hydrating mist. Both of those can be used on your scalp. Um, I'll be honest with you, you can use silk hydrating mist on your body if you wanted to. If you wanted to squirt a little on your legs to help you retain moisture, it would. It does it. So that concludes my presentation for tonight, you all. That's tonight's class. So let's make sure we're focusing on scalp care. Let's make sure we have all the products that we need. I did post a scalp care collection. If you go to the website, click on shop, you will see scalp care there. So go ahead and grab any items that you need for scalp care and make sure you're stocked up for fall. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the fall box is coming next week. Official launch dates and all of that will be emailed. If you do not already have your name on the list to be notified, here is the link to the fall box sign up form. Obviously, this is the same list I draw from to give one away. I am making a finite number of boxes this season. I know exactly how many I'm making. That number of boxes will be ready and available. And when they're gone, they're gone. Typically, I will make a few more if we sell out. But this season, I'm not going to do that. So I want to just make sure you know when they're gone, they're gone. Okay, y'all. So please, please enjoy them. Yeah. So just let's make sure we do that. All right. Uh, Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, what's wrong with YouTube? Okay, you had to just change devices. Yes, I love YouTube, y'all. Make sure y'all watch on YouTube. I mean, watch on whatever you want. But and we cast to both. We're not gonna stop casting to Facebook. But I really do. Like, let me give you an example. The people watching on YouTube, every link I'm talking about is in the description. You don't have to have me post it. It's already there. Okay. I can also respond to your questions. If you ask me a question on here and I need to respond back to you, I can respond back to you via video on YouTube. Okay? It's easy. I can just have my phone and reply to you with a YouTube short. And that is amazing. So please definitely follow us on Urban Bella Tube. I would love if you all followed us there. If you went live there. Also, I think it's easier to find the lives there too. It's just a little easier. Like I know exactly where to go. Go to the live tab. Ain't rocket science. So please subscribe to us. Please hit like on this video. Hit like, please, everybody. Help me grow the Urban Bella channel. Please hit like. Please comment and definitely share if you think these scalp tips are going to help someone you know. Because I'm a lot of times y'all are good, and that's great. That means y'all listening to the tips, you following the routine. But we all know somebody who is not following a routine and ain't got one and don't know. But I would love if you all would hit like. I would love if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be very helpful to help me grow, and get out there and make more people aware of the Urban Bella brand and what we do. Oh, I see thank you all. Yes, thank you for liking. I appreciate that. Yes, it helps us grow. Trust me, it helps us grow. YouTube is going to circulate information that people find valuable. So. And if you don't even think it's valuable, say that in the comments. Feel free. You can say, girl, you could do better. Girl, what is that? Or could you please this? Put your comments, say what you feel. Hey, talk to me. I like it. All right, let's see. Now, I got a comment here. Let's see what we got. T. Williams. I know it sounds basic. Girl, it's not basic. But I really take extra time to rinse the shampoo and conditioner out of my hair. Yeah, especially when you have thick hair. No, that's real. Or you might develop scalp issues from product residue. Yes, ma'am, you can. You can have a lot of buildup on your scalp if you're not properly rinsing. And let me tell you, you are not being basic at all. This is something we had to teach professionals in our salon. Nothing basic about what you're saying at all. We had to take the time with trained stylists, and an education to be a stylist is not cheap or free. These women are paying 20 grand plus. And when we would bring them in, and God bless them all, we're blessed with every stylist we've ever had. But I'm only saying that to say if somebody just spent 12 months to 18 months of their life strictly studying hair and spent a significant amount of time rinsing out lather cleansers, and we have to take the time to say, hey, you got to properly rinse the client, get the scalp good. Teaching our stylists how to cleanse and condition our clients, I can tell you, is not only a big deal, was not only a big deal at Urban Bella, but another one of my salon um, friends in the Metro Atlanta area who is humongous and very popular had a whole that was 6 months of your training. You spent 6 months. We would make you wash hair for 6 months before we would let you be released from that to the next step. It's not basic at all. It is absolutely one of the most critical things people miss, because if your scalp is not properly cleansed, and T. Williams, thank you for that comment, because this is important for me to tell you all. One of the biggest culprits of scalp challenges is just a lack of proper cleansing and conditioning, not taking that whole routine seriously. And I have very thick hair too. I have really thick hair. And I spend a long time. That's why I will not wash my hair in the shower. I have too much hair for that. I'm like, no, we can't. I'm cold. I'm freezing. I want to get out. I've been rinsing for 5 minutes, but that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And T. Williams, thank you for the comment of the day. So let me see if I have my little hand clap. Let me see if I got my sound effects. While I'm looking for it, I just want to say thank you to you for that comment. I want to thank all of you for joining in and watching. Hold on, let's see what Marissa said. Marissa, I love how you comment. You comment like you're talking to me directly. Hold up, let me find out I can use number 9 on lip. I didn't tell you. Y'all, I use number 9 on my lips. I've been doing that for a long time, y'all. A really long time. Like, that's not a new one. So when Shine Butter gets run, why is my shoot looking weird? Anyway, when Shine Butter production gets run, there's always extra. There's always a little clucker that is not gonna go in Shine Butter. And I hate when that happens. It irritates me because we try to make it down to the exact. Let there be a little bit. Let there be a little bit left. I pour that right into, I keep glass jars. And I can't believe I can't find one. I mean, y'all, I'm known for it. My husband's like, how many of these, when do you run out? When are you going to run out of jars? Never, bruh. Never. Not going to happen. I pour that right into a little personal one for me. I keep one by the bed. I keep one in the bathroom with my makeup. I keep one in my tote bag. I don't keep one in my car because it's just too hot and it's not going to stay nice. When my car's in the garage, it's good. When the car's outside, it's not nice. That has healed me many, many, many times. Many times. I remember even high school one time. I was high school. It was my junior prom. And I was having something going on with my lips. I couldn't fit. My mom was trying to figure it out too. Wish I had some Shine Butter. Junior year, I ain't had none. Oh well. My high school boyfriend didn't complain. He didn't notice, so I was good. But nonetheless, I am just ecstatic to that you all are getting this versatility with your product. Very, very, very critical. A key part of the whole experience. It's a key part of you enjoying it. Again, I thought you were gonna pull out a tube of Shine Butter in your handbag. I mean, if I do, y'all not gonna be mad. You're not gonna clown me if I do, Debbie, right? I mean, close enough. I'm telling you, Debbie, if I could clean this purse out good enough, listen, I got enough stuff in here. I got some books. I got 2 novels. I travel with a bag. I don't mess around. I used to carry a backpack, and that was irritating my husband. He was like, "What? Why? Oh, here it is. I found it." Now, I'm not gonna open this up because it's not pretty. But this is what I have. Now, this is mostly a little bit of mango butter in here too. I add a little more mango butter when I get a chance, and that's just like I just cut and drop it in here. But I keep these little glass. I love these little glass things. They will either have Shine Butter, mango butter, and I do not use anything. I do keep, I love Savannah Bee Company's lip balms. I think they went out of business. I don't know what happened there. Burnt Bee is cool. I'll do a Burnt Bee, but they're not fragranced. I love that they're not fragranced. I love that they have no beeswax in them. I don't like putting beeswax on my lips. It doesn't last as long because it doesn't have beeswax. But sometimes I'll try to, not sometimes, I'm trying to figure out how to make this for y'all. I don't know how to give it to you though without it being, y'all being like, what in God's creation is this? And also I've learned too, you can't really let it get hot. The properties aren't the same when it keeps getting heated, and I'm like, it doesn't heal my lips quite the same. Anyway, I digress. Um, don't forget, y'all, please, and thank you, Catherine. Catherine said great information. Good. I'm glad. I'm focusing more on education, focusing more on getting you all what you need to make sure you're growing and you know how to use your products, how to get the best, hair condition, scalp condition. Let new people know. Let me tell you, tribe members, y'all already know what's up. I know y'all know, and I'm grateful you know. That tells me I'm doing my job, I'm doing it right. But there are a lot of people who don't know y'all. So please share this video if you're on YouTube. I would love if you are watching on Facebook, if you would please like it. If you are not watching on Facebook, if you are not watching on YouTube, please go over to YouTube and like the video there. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I would love if you all do that as well. Again, it's going to help our channel grow. We're very small, and when you're small, the people who are watching, you all matter so much, and you are the key to our growth. So I appreciate everything y'all do, from showing up to posting to liking to sharing. All of it means everything. And it keeps me going. It lets me know what you need. And if you're not getting what you need, put it in the comments. Y'all know I'm not shy. I can tell. I like the critique. It helps me to make it even better, because we don't know everything. We don't. And we need to find out more. Okay, so y'all know what you need to know for this week. Fall box coming. Your names are on the list. I saw a gang of y'all signed up. Thank you. And I am ecstatic. I missed the samples in my orders. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been just busy, Debbie. I got to level up on the samples, and I share those with new people. I'm getting back to the samples 100%, Debbie. You ain't got to ask twice. In fact, I just got new sample packets. So I got new packets, and I don't know if you noticed, a few people got some samples a while back. I changed the label so you would know what it is and you can scan it and buy it. So samples are coming back. I am glad you mentioned that. So thank you, Debbie. I'm getting back on it. You get your samples. In fact, if I can get on it, I will relaunch samples in October for October orders. Will they come in your fall box? Let me think about that. I would love to put them in your fall box. You didn't even ask that question, but I know it's coming, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump on that. Okay. All right, y'all. That's it for this week. I wish I had some kind of cool, snazzy little outro. So like I could play some music and it'll exit and you can still see me, but I ain't there yet. We'll get there. Why don't I figure out my new camera first? We'll do that. Have a great week, tribe. Thank you so much. If you're catching this on the hey, champ. If you're catching this on the replay, please type in replay. And if you have any questions from the replay, let me know. I'd love to see your questions, y'all. Bye. Champ, make sure you're on the list for fall box giveaway and announcements. I'm going to post it here for you because I know you just came in. So thank you, everyone. Good night. Have a good weekend, y'all. That's why I need that fancy outro. So now when I'm doing stuff, it can be like, woo. We'll get there. We'll get there.